It's funny because you guys are here. I usually do this all by myself, and I'm totally cool and confident. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and get this started, and I want to make sure I'm looking at, usually I look, but this is where I want to be looking. Okay. Welcome to the dungeon. Today I have some very special guests with me. This is my sister Dana.
Hi everyone.
And my niece Matilda.
Hi.
Dana and Matilda are here in town just for a few days, and I really wanted to have the opportunity to have Matilda make her second bead. Now the first bead that she made, she was only 3. Dana had to remind me that this even happened.
Well, and you know, to be fair, it was, you know, more like you made the bead and Matilda got to put like a bit of color on it, you know, from the side.
Maybe.
It was a very gentle introduction because she was young and you were protective of her.
Yeah, I was nervous. Matilda's 12 now, almost 13. And 12 is like the perfect age for anyone to start flameworking. I wanted to show you guys how I approach making a bead with a first-time student. As long as you are under the proper instruction and the best instructors, then you should be good to go. And of course, the most important thing is the safety first. So we have gone through the safety. Totally excited to have you guys here.
It's so great to be here. We really love being here in the dungeon.
I know, the dungeon is great, and because this is where all the magic happens. So let's make a little bit of magic right now. The world will be watching. Anyway, well, you guys will be watching, and you know how much I love you guys. You're the best. Thank you all for your support and subscribing. And
oh my gosh, subscribers are the best.
I know, subscribers are awesome. You guys are awesome. That's why we do this. It sounds like your tea is ready.
Oh, that is my tea.
Water.
It's the train.
Yeah, the train. Right. The train is on its way. Anyway, you guys, on that note, we'll see you next time in the dungeon.
In the dungeon!
In the dungeon!
The tea, the tea train.
The tea! Usually I am a little hands-on. The most important thing that I like to do is show them exactly how to move the mandrel with my own hands. And I can transfer my movement to their hands, and then they have an idea of how the mandrel needs to be worked in the flame. Okay, that looks good. Torch is in position. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get this hand ready.
Is the GoPro going?
In position. So now I'm just gonna be a little hands-on. Now remember, this one goes underhanded. Okay, and then turning it like a pencil, but not yet. Let's just introduce it into the flame while you bring this up and turn this back and forth. Not this, just turn your mandrel back and forth. So you get a whole round of heat. As you're doing that, you're doing 2 things at once. As you're doing that, this is coming in here. Now this is hot and good, so this can go under the mandrel, or the torch. Now you're going to start turning this. Can you turn that back and forth?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now wherever you got the glass hot, bring your glass down to the mandrel, and then you're going to turn and lift up, okay? And then bring your fingers backwards, and you're going to drop and turn the mandrel away from you and lift up, okay? Do that over and over again. Good, and lift up into the flame to let it go. That's okay. Bring it back up into the flame and it'll all melt. Your bead. Okay, now heat this up and roll it back and forth a little bit so it's not always facing down. Like let it face up for a second, and then when it's drooping, now you're ready to touch, turn away from you, and then lift the bead into the flame. Yeah. Now we'll do it again. Always keep this close. That's good. All right, now let's just add a little bit more to the skinnier side. Just swipe some on there. Swipe it good. Okay, You went the other way, but that's all right. That's plenty.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and put this down over here. Now you can pick this up with both hands, but be gentle when you grab this hand over here on this side. Bring it up into the flame. Now your turn. Hang on to the mandrel with me. Right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand. And then you can go backwards. Left hand, right hand. Not too close to the flame. Now try to keep that going and keep everything in center. And when everything is in center, come out and keep turning. Come back out and center it up. No centering. Sometimes you have to let it just be gentle. Be gentle. It's a beautiful first bead, which was very hands-on, but I hope you felt how I was kind of guiding you through. And then keep turning it so the horizon line's always the same. And if you need to just let it sit for a second and drop and then roll. Look at how perfect that is now. Because what you're doing is you're looking at the top half to make sure it's not rising and falling. Now you're going to add some more different color. And we're going to put just some schmutz and dots on from this. So we're going to heat this up again like normal. Got the right angle, good. And while you're doing that, you see, this is where you could easily heat the tip of this. You really always want to have that bead close to the flame, even if you have to roll it up in there for a second and give it some heat. Okay, so now we're going to do some dots. Dots is second position, which is here. You're only grabbing, watch how I do this. I grab it and I hold it on the side, I lift up, and I cut it off.
Oh.
Heat it. Push it down, lift it up. Okay?
Now, would you technically call that the schmutz or the dot?
That's the dot. Schmutz is just like blah, 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 blah. But dots are really nice. You want to be, everything needs to be very close together. And when you lift up, it's right in the flame every time. And then you can turn the rod around and do some stuff on the other side. I'm just going to chime in here for a second off screen while I watch this, and I am just having the best time at this very moment, remembering what was happening here and trying to get into words everything that I wanted to say in seconds. It's funny how things are going through your mind that you're trying to say to a student and they're working on something and you're past it already by the time it gets out of your mouth. Oh my goodness. But it was lovely. She did just a great job, you guys. So Matilda has picked three different twisty canes that I've made because this is just going to be a fun bead for her to play with. Oh, she's picked out 3. And she's going to add these to the white. So we're just going to let her go with the flow and see how much she's learned in the last really like 10 minutes, which is not a lot of time. All right, let's do it. And she did do it. She did a great job on this last bead. You know, only really, this is her 3rd bead, and I'm always impressed watching my students work, especially when I'm working with them one-on-one. It was a little difficult though because we had the camera running and there was just so much happening that I was explaining to her that I just had to speed everything up because it took a lot of time to make this final bead. But it looks so cool, and I love to be able to, if I have a student that's only going to be there for a little bit, you know, and they're not like a weekly student, if they're just doing it just to give it a try, I always let them do that last 3rd bead, just whatever they want. You know, it's their little world that they're creating. It's a little planet, maybe. But she did like those twisty canes. Everybody does. And they're a lot of fun to use. Here I am just showing her how to round up the bead and then apply the little twisty. And then I kind of let her give the twisted cane to her, and off she goes. And I think she really did a good job. One thing about twisties is kind of funny because it's, unless you're using it a lot, you don't quite understand what it means to lay it down. You're almost kind of pushing it. But when you have somebody who's just going to town on it like this and just experimenting and just throwing glass on there, it is just playtime. And that's what I love. That's what this channel's all about. It's all my playtime. And I was just super excited to be able to connect back with Dana and Matilda. Oh, you guys, we had a great time. And these beads just turned out awesome, and I'm really, really glad that I was able to share this moment with you guys. It makes me very happy. I'm tearing up just watching it. And we are just about done with this final bead. Matilda, you did great. Good job. And Dana, you guys, I love you both so much. Thank you guys for coming in town, and thank you all for watching and subscribing. We'll see you next time in the dungeon. The flame, or I mean into the annealer. High five. Yeah! I'm so excited for you.
Thank you.
A bead maker in the making. All right. Okay, well, there we have it. Matilda's made a couple of beads. They look amazing, and I'm really proud of her. And who knows, maybe we'll get Dana on the torch if we have a little bit more time. And other than that, I really hope you guys enjoyed this. And once again, we'll see you next time in the dungeon!